Welcome to Future Land Bank. Once again, my dear viewers. Sorry for the delay. Every time it is getting delayed, but next video onwards, the delay word is going to be out of our coverage area. So, uh, today I am going to give the beautiful chemical equations, and most of the people are having that some difficult, and why it should be balanced, and what is the chemical equation, what it contains, what purpose we have to balance, everything I am going to explain you. So carefully go through. First is what is the chemical equation? That you have to know. Chemical equation means it is having two types. One is we are having reactants. These are first C3H8. This is nothing but propane. This is a propane, and burning, when propane is burned in the presence of oxygen, you will get carbon dioxide gas and water. So here, this propane and oxygen we call reactants. We call reactants. And that whatever the result, this arrow mark is called gives rise. The arrow mark is called gives rise. And whatever the result we got here, these two compounds we call products. So here carbon dioxide and water is going to be the products of this chemical equation. So here and this equation, I think you will get some difficult, some confusion. What is that means? I am taking propane gas, adding with oxygen and got the carbon dioxide and water. But this equation is not balanced. This equation is not balanced. How can it be not balanced? This unbalanced equation is called skeletal equation. Skeletal equation. How can you say it is unbalanced? You can see here 3 carbons are there here. In the products, 1 carbon is there. Here 8 hydrogens are there. In the products, only 2 hydrogens are there. And here oxygen 2 are there, here 3 are there. So totally it is an unbalanced one. Now first of all we have to balance the chemical equation, this chemical equation. C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. Here, first of all, try to balance the what we call carbon. If you are balancing the carbon, first we have to put carbon is 3 here, we are having only 1 here. So we will give 3 over here. Here 3 elements are there. One is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So first of all, 3 carbons are there, means here 3 carbons, both are balanced. Now it is time for to balance the hydrogens. Here 8 hydrogens are there, but here only 2 hydrogens are there. Just to keep the 4 to the 8. So here hydrogens became 8, carbons also balanced, hydrogens also balanced. Now what has to balance further? How many oxygens are there? Here only 2 oxygens are there. But here 3 2s are 6 oxygens are there. 4 here 4 oxygens are there. 6 plus 4 10 oxygens are there. So here is not, here we have to balance oxygen. Already carbon is balanced. Here 3 means we got 3. Hydrogen balanced. Here 8 means we got 4 to the 8. Now oxygen has to balance. Here 6 oxygens, here 4 oxygens. How to balance? Just to keep 5 here. 5 2s are 10. So 10 oxygens here, 10 oxygens there. So now it is completely balanced. So now why we have to balance the chemical equation? What is the necessary to balance the chemical equation? Means we have to satisfy the law of conservation of mass. Why? What is law of conservation of mass? In the nature, mass is neither created nor going to be destroyed. To satisfy this law of conservation of mass, we have to balance the chemical equation. That is the motto and the main theme of the balancing of a chemical equation. So now, that is the reason balance just equation is not necessary. First of all, every time we will get unbalanced chemical equation. That unbalanced chemical equation we are calling as skeletal equation. Thereafter, balancing the one element, we are completely balanced all the three elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in a ratio manner, and we got satisfied. So now this equation is given complete satisfaction for the law of conservation of mass. So now just next immediately I will go through the next topics. Why the chemical. Now, till now you came to know what is the chemical equation, how to balance it, and what is the purpose of the balance. Now, the second topic is what the chemical equation. That means, so here, how can we say the chemical equation is more informative? We know till the chemical equation we having one reactants and result is products. But apart from that, what more information we will get from the chemical equation? The first information is physical state. What is the meaning of the physical state? Means it is a physical state of a chemical equation. That means reactants are solids, reactants are liquids, reactants are gases. This kind of information you are going to get in that one. For solid purpose, simply we will put as S. For liquid purpose, simply we put as L. For gases purpose, simply we will put as a G. And in the other symbolic way, the gases will call as in the arrow mark is upward. But the precipitate purpose arrow mark is downwards. So, physical state means in the chemical equation, the reactants as well as the products are going to be identified and symbolically with S, L, G, solid, liquid and gas. This kind of information, if you are giving this is chemical information is more informative. For example, I will give you one. Fe2O3 plus 2 molecules of aluminum gives rise to Fe plus here and here here this is a solid and this one also we got solid and here also we got solid, here also we got solid. The symbolically showing the reactants are solids or liquids or the reactant products are solids or liquids, that symbolic representation point of view only we are calling it a physical state of a chemical equation. Here one more important thing is near the what you call gives rise symbol. Here we put one triangle here. This triangle we call delta. Delta means these two reactants are heating. This is a symbolic representation of heating. What is this symbol means? Heating process is going on. Heating process is going on purpose. We'll say delta. So whenever this Fe2O3 heated in the presence of aluminium, we'll get iron, just iron and aluminium oxide. So this is what we call physical state. Now comes to the point of the second. If you want to note down the second one. Now, I already told chemical equation is more informative. What is more informative means first one physical state. I already explained you. Now, second topic which is more informative means expressing the heat changes. Expressing the heat changes. The heat changes. Expressing the heat changes. What is this means? Here you can see one equation I will give you. C plus O2 gives rise to CO2. Here this is a solid. This is a now here expressing the heat changes means so first one in this equation carbon, that means you can say coal or you can say carbon or you can say the other things else. When carbon is burning in the presence of the air, you are getting the carbon dioxide. Here what is happening? Plus Q I will keep here. Plus Q. That is meaning is here heat is releasing when I am burning the carbon, and in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide gas is forming along with the release of heat. Release of heat. Release of heat. That means whenever any chemical reaction which is releasing the heat, we call exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. That means how can you say that one chemical equation is exothermic reaction means plus Q. In the chemical equation, plus Q representation is there, that is exothermic reaction. Now, next thing is one more equation I am going to give you. N2 plus O2 and 2NO. Now, in this equation, nitrogen burning in the presence of oxygen, you are getting the nitrogen oxide, and here minus Q will keep. Minus Q in the sense is Absorbing the heat. Absorbing the heat. So in the equation, minus Q represents absorbing the heat. So when in a chemical reaction, heat is absorbed, then we call endothermic reaction. Heat is absorbed, we call as endothermic reaction. Heat is released, exothermic reaction. Heat is absorbed, endothermic reaction. This is the second informative the chemical equation is giving. So now we'll go for the third one. Now the third one is expressing gas is evolved or not. Gas is evolved. Evolved means released. Evolved in the sense released. First information is physical state. Second information is heat is changes. That means exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. The third one is in chemical reaction, gas is releasing or not. That we have to say. Now one equation we are going to test that one. Zn plus H2SO4 gives rise to ZnSO4 plus H2. Here I am taking one conical flask. In that zinc pieces I am pouring zinc pieces. This is a solid one, and slowly I am inserting the sulfuric acid. This is the liquid. Then I will get one salt here, ZnSO4, one salt and one gas is here. And how can I confirm this is a hydrogen gas? Means I will tell you, take one mastic, burning mastic, which will come. The flame is orange yellow color flame will come whenever I will burn the mastic, and take near the mouth of the conical flask, where the colorless gas is coming out from it, and bring very close to it. The orange color flame is going to convert into blue color. Whenever it is changing to blue color, by giving the pop sound, we can confirm that is a hydrogen gas. Only hydrogen gas can convert orange color flame along with the pop sound. So here the third information is gas is evolved or not. Yes, here gas is evolved. Now the next topic is expressing that. Now fourth one is expressing that precipitate is formed or not. Precipitate is formed or not. Here precipitate means it is a liquid state and having some sort of the what you call solid particles. Some sort of the solid particles one liquid is containing, that is going to be considered as precipitate, and symbolic in the representation is downward arrow mark. Precipitate point of view, downward arrow mark. I will give one equation here. Silver nitrate, AgNO3, in the liquid form plus NaCl gives rise to AgCl. This is what we call precipitate along with NaNO3, sodium nitrate. So here precipitate, this is silver chloride is a liquid form but having some sort of the solid particles. So here precipitate also is forming. That means this chemical equation, first of all, it is giving the physical state, whether it is liquid, solid or gases. Second thing is heat changes, whether heat is releasing, exothermic reaction we call, whether heat is absorbing, endothermic reaction is called, that is the second point. And third one, gas is released or not. See, if gas is released, the symbolic representation is aroma upwards. And then now precipitate in the sense is one liquid form which is having some semi-solid particles in that one. For example, whenever you are taking certain water, you take the curd and mix it nicely. How long you stir it? Even though some solid particles left over, the solid particles never going to dissolve in the water. So then it is called as a precipitate. This is the general example for you. So now I will go for the last one. Now role of catalyst. Role of catalyst. What is the meaning of catalyst in the sense is, what is the meaning of catalyst? First of all, you have to think it. And here you see 2 AgCl, one equation I am giving. Here, the silver chloride is going to be decomposed. Into silver and chlorine. This is the chemical decomposition we say. One compound is splitting into 2 or more chemicals. We call it a chemical decomposition. In this, how it is possible? Means in the presence of the sunlight. So sunlight is involving in the sunlight is changing the silver chloride into silver and chlorine separately, splitting into 2 forms. So sunlight is called catalyst here. Catalyst in the sense is it is not involving in the chemical reaction, but it makes the chemical equation, it gives the speed of the chemical reaction increases or decreases. Catalyst main function is to increase the chemical reaction speed or to decrease the chemical reaction speed. That role only this catalyst takes place, but catalyst never involves in the chemical equation. So this is what we call the chemical equation is more informative. The next is very interesting topic. You have breast. Note down clearly. You have breast the wall. That means some function is going in your house. Then you want to whitewash total your walls and total building. That one I am explaining here. You have pressed the wall with slate line. After 2 days, the wall turned into white color. Why? This is the question what we have to think here. See here once again I am reading this question. You have brushed the wall. That means in your to the house some function is going on. You want to whitewash. We'll say whitewash. You're whitewashing the walls and total building with the slate line. After 2 days, the wall is going to white in color. That means today we are whitewashing our walls of total building. It won't shine immediately. We will get disappointed. Why it is not shining? Maybe the chemical whatever we are using is wrong. It is a very dull quality, like the doubts will get. But scientifically you have to think that one. What is happening? Why it is take 2 days time? I will going to explain here now with equation. This is the most important question for you, my dears. And first of all, the solution I am saying here. Addition of quicklime. Addition of quicklime. Addition of quicklime to water. That means whenever we go to the one shop, we will ask the shop person, give me some chemical which is going to whitewash my building. Whitewash my building. If I am asking the question, he will give the chemical is CaO. CaO is calcium oxide. This is the chemical name, and the common name is quicklime. Common name is quicklime. This quicklime we will give the shop owner, and we will bring this one, we will put into one vessel, and we will add certain quantity of water to it. And what will happen? You are going to get certain result here. This is a calcium hydroxide, CaOH taken twice. This is called calcium hydroxide plus you are going to get some heat is going to be released. This CaO is nothing but quicklime. Quicklime, even the shop owner is giving, we are adding water in a one glass vessel. We will put this one and we will mix it by using some stick or something else. We will get calcium hydroxide. This is called calcium hydroxide of slaked lime. Slaked lime. Another name for this calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. This slaked lime will get, but lot of heat is released when we will touch the glass vessel where these two chemicals are mixed. Immediately we will get lot of heat. That means this equation is nothing but exothermic reaction. Lot of heat is going to be released, exothermic reaction. So this slaked lime, what we are doing? We are going to brush on the walls. Brushing now, what will we got already, we prepared already slaked lime. This is slaked lime, we are brushing on the wall. What will happen? You can see CaOH taken twice. When we brush on that what you call wall, now we are taking quicklime, adding certain water in the glass vessel, we got calcium hydroxide, so-called slaked lime, and some heat is releasing. This is going to be the exothermic reaction. This is slaked lime. We will brush on the walls of our building, everything else. But it is taking 2 days time to whitewash. This one is taking 2 days time. Why? Because in the atmosphere, it has to absorb carbon dioxide. In the atmosphere, it has to absorb carbon dioxide, which is present 0.03%. In the atmosphere, the percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.03%. After absorbing the carbon dioxide, it forms as a calcium carbonate. Whenever this slaked lime is converted into calcium carbonate, after absorbing the carbon dioxide, it will start shining. Then you are happy. Then you are going to be happy. Why? Because it starts shining. And whatever the water is there, that is going to be evaporated in the form of vapor. In the form of vapor. So, this statement you can easily identify. You have pressed the wall with the slaked lime. That is here what we prepared. After 2 days, the wall turned into white color. Then whitewashing is clear. Now, the next important topic is very interesting in the same chapter. Why does the respiration, why does the respiration why does the respiration is considered as exothermic reaction? Exothermic reaction. Exothermic. Now, why does the respiration is considered as exothermic reaction? And explain the same. Here, respiration is exothermic means first of all you have to see here C6H12 O6. This is what we call glucose plus this glucose we are taking here. Now we have glucose. This one is happening in our body when we are taking any food of the glucose. That is C6H12O6. This is the formula of the glucose. Burning with the help of the oxygen that we inhale in our body, we are going to get that body called carbon dioxide, and water is going to be formed along with that one. So much energy is developed in our body. So much energy is developed. So you can say rescue. So much energy is developed in our body. So here, what is happening energy means, so first of all, you have to think this one. This is the glucose, C6H12O6. Whatever the food we are taking in our body, the blood, hemoglobin carries the oxygen that is burning this glucose and forms the carbon dioxide and water and releasing lot of energy, heat energy. So now here, what you have to find out, whenever the starch entered in our body, this oxygen breaks down into simple glucose, and this glucose undergoes slow combustion. This glucose undergoes slow combustion. Combustion in the sense is burning of any substance without any flame. Whatever the food we intake, that is the starch carbohydrate, that means complex carbohydrate. The complex carbohydrate is converted into simple carbohydrate. The simple carbohydrate is nothing but glucose. This glucose burned with the help of the oxygen. That process we call slow combustion. This slow combustion is converting and releasing lot of heat. And this kind of reaction, this kind of chemical reaction takes place during the respiration process. That respiration process means simply the people will think just taking the oxygen in and releasing the carbon dioxide. That is only people will think that. But respiration's main role is to produce the energy in our body. To produce the ATP molecule in our body. During the aerobic respiration, 38 ATP molecules are produced. During anaerobic respiration, 2 ATP molecules are produced. See, that means respiration is very, very important, not only just the living point of view, it is producing lot of energy for our health point of view. So, totally 40 ATP molecules, adenosine triphosphate molecules are producing. So now, and because this respiration is releasing the energy point of view, we are calling exothermic reaction. If it is not releasing, we cannot call this respiration as an exothermic reaction. Because of releasing ultimate energy and giving us 38 ATP molecule in aerobic respiration, 2 ATP molecule in anaerobic respiration point of view, we are considering this is a exothermic reaction. Here, one interesting question I will give you. What happens when carbon dioxide and water are taken to react together in the same ratio. That means, see the question here, what happens when carbon dioxide and water are taken to react together in the same ratio? That means how many molecules of carbon dioxide I am taking, how many molecules of water I am taking, both must be equal. Suppose you can see here, I am taking the 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water, then I am getting as C6 H12 O6 plus 6 O2. Here the interesting question is very simple, but it's a very important equation. What happens when 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water? Here what is given? Same ratio. Here 6 molecules of water, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. We are giving the same ratio here, but the result is glucose and oxygen. That means this is where it will happen. I think you already got clarity. This is will happen in the plants. Plant will take the carbon dioxide and water from the nature, and the plant beautifully produces the glucose and gives us the life system. Gives us the life system. The life system is nothing but oxygen. More plants are there means more oxygen will get. So how this is in the plants, they will take equal amount of water, equal amount of carbon dioxide to give you glucose and oxygen. So this is the way we are come across. I think in this episode you got some good clarity, more balancing equations, 10-15 balancing equations, and how to balance the equation in the stepwise, 4 steps, stepwise, and along with some problems are there in this, some solutions have to give that one. In the next episode, very soon in the next episode, I will give the complete picture of the remaining portion of this chapter. Thank you for watching.